Yes.
Okay, perfect. I will pass it over to you now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sonia Vidal Smith, and I am the Warranty Service Manager for Zline Kitchen and Bath. And joining us today is McKenna Harrington, who is the Director of Sales Management, and Brant Coyne, who is the Director of Outside Sales for us. And basically, we just wanted to give you guys sort of a brief overview of our company and also kind of like our warranty process and our service resources, just to, kind of introduce ourselves to you. So to start off, just a brief overview of, our company. So what we try to do is we try to provide products to the consumer that are a step above your regular everyday today products, but without, an exorbitant price. We believe that everyone should be able to have, beautiful, luxurious appliances in their homes, but we don't think that you should have to pay the luxury price for them. And so that's what we try to do with our products and the offerings that we have. So we actually started off with range hoods. We started off with range hoods, and that is still kind of the bulk of our product offerings. But in recent years, we've expanded into ranges, range tops. We also have microwaves, dishwashers, wall ovens, refrigeration, and we've recently expanded into cookware and knife sets. So we're always looking to expand our product offerings, and we're constantly developing new products so that we can continue to offer those luxury options to consumers. So one of the biggest things that we try to do is, we try to, make our service process as painless as possible for everyone involved. Obviously, things happen. And so whenever we have a customer that has an issue, we, try to take care of that as best as possible. So our warranty process basically consists of having the customer reach out to us. Our frontline reps do our troubleshooting with the customer, and the troubleshooting is pretty in-depth so that we can try and diagnose the issue over the phone with them. Because our ultimate goal is to have service calls completed within 1 to 2 weeks. And so the more information that we can get from the customer, the better information we can pass on to service providers. We do ship out parts to the customer so that they have those parts for their service call. And this really helps when it comes to the service provider, because this way, if we send a service provider out on a service call for our product, the service provider doesn't have to wait for a part to arrive. The customer already has it. So usually the service call can be taken care of in one service trip. You're not having to wait for parts. You're not having to call and say, hey, I need you to ship me this part. The unit, or the part is already there. You can just go in, complete the service request, and you're done. And so we try to make it as inconvenient as possible for everyone that's involved. So that's normally how our warranty process works. And we also try to provide as much information to service providers as possible. Now, our warranties are a little bit different for our different products. So our ranges, range tops and drop-ins all have a 1-year parts and service warranty, but they also have a limited lifetime warranty on the burners. And that includes the burners, the burner spreads, the iron caps, and the spark tips. Our wall ovens and dishwashers have a 1-year parts and service warranty. Our refrigeration, we actually have 2 different types of refrigeration. We have our freestanding refrigerators, and those have a 1-year parts and service warranty with a 5-year parts only on the sealed system. And our built-ins and our wine and beverage coolers, have a 2-year parts and service with a 5-year parts only on the sealed system. We also have parts only warranties on our microwaves and our range hoods. So we try to basically, cover everything that we possibly can. So that just kind of gives you a brief overview on our product warranties. We have several different resources for service providers. We do have a tech support number that you can call, and this is basically like if you need to order parts for an in-warranty customer, if you need like further information on the product, like a parts list, an exploded view, anything like that. If you happen to be in the home working on one of our products and you need a representative to walk you through the repair, we can also do that over the phone for you. We have an email address that you can send any requests to as well. And we try to answer all emails within 24 hours. As of right now, our hours for our tech support line are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. We are, however, working on expanding our team so that we can expand our availability for both phone and email responses. We have a parts website that you can order parts if the customer happens to be out of warranty, and you happen to get called by the customer to repair their unit. And we also have a service portal that we're building up where we currently have our exploded views, our parts lists and wiring diagrams on there, and we are going to be expanding that to include videos on some of our more common repairs, and as well as service bulletins and our service manuals in the future. That is something that we are working every day to expand, because we know how important it is for service providers to have access to good quality information when it comes to repairing products, especially when you're in the home. You always want to be able to find that information as quickly as possible without having to make the customer wait. We are also always looking for service providers that are interested in learning more about repairing our products, or if you guys are interested in becoming a Zline authorized service provider, we have a website that you can go to, or you can scan the QR code that'll take you to that link so that you can fill out the form, and we can have a representative reach out to you and kind of get that process started and give you any details that you might need, or answer any questions that you might have. And so that's just kind of a brief overview of our program and kind of what we're doing right now. So I just like to go ahead and open that up for any questions that you guys might have.
Sonia, I don't see any questions yet. I'll kind of open it up and hope that some folks will be curious and ask some more questions. How long is the process to become a Zline authorized servicer?
It's usually pretty quick. We try to get back when it comes to the form and everything, we try to get back to everyone within a week. And then at that point, it's kind of dependent on how quickly we can get, responses, to and from. But it's usually like if everyone, is, on top of it, we can usually have it done within a day or two.
Wow, that's very quick. I have a question about parts availability. What is your policy or process if a part is delayed and it's a functional part? I'm not talking about a door handle or a door panel, but something functional like a compressor inverter, and it's not readily available.
So normally with those, what we try to do is if we don't have it in stock, we will pull that part from an undamaged and unused return. so that we can go ahead and send that out to either the service provider or the customer, whichever, whatever the preference is. If it's a part that's out of stock, we don't like to wait on those. We don't like to, have that sitting out there for a very long time. So we normally try to locate that part within a day or two.
Great, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? I will say, I'll put in my opinion here. I've worked with Zline for a couple of years now, and I will say the product, many of you have probably not had an opportunity to see the product on a showroom floor. I've seen them several times at our primetime shows, and I will say that the products are very well built, very stylish. The fit and the finish is pretty concise on them, and it appears that the serviceability is just as easy as many of the luxury brands that are out there. Certainly the pricing is a very attractive area, and to work with their customer service to go through their repair process procedure ends up being a fairly easy process. They're very communicative. They'll get back with you, and they will work to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. Unlike some of the larger brands that are having luxury products, sometimes their service support is a little bit on the delayed side. So I will certainly give kudos to Zline for that. And as Sonia had mentioned, if you're a dealer and you're looking at bringing on the Zline, it's a great opportunity to look at the Zline product, as well as if you are a servicer, whether you're a dealer or an independent servicer, either or. It's again another good brand to bring on for the warranty authorization. Coming from the service side, obviously I look at what we call warranty value proposition, and I can pretty much say that the equity is there for you as servicers, and sometimes it's more than the equity. Sometimes it's the ease of doing business, and that right there is worth that. That's got some financial validity to it as well. So hope that you'll consider the Zline products and take a closer look.
Yeah, and just to follow up on your comment, we don't like to make customers wait. We don't like to drag out service calls. So whatever we can do to get our service calls completed in a timely manner, we'll do. We've overnighted parts. It's not the goal is always to make sure that the service call is completed as quickly as possible to the satisfaction of the customer. And I know that part of that is also making sure that the service provider is happy with the technical support that he's receiving from our company. And if that means that, we have to do a little bit of extra work to make sure that they have everything that they need, we will do that. Just because our goal, like I said, is to make sure that these service calls are completed as quickly as possible. We don't want to drag it out. We want to get the service provider in there. We want to get the service call completed, and we want to make sure that that customer is happy.
I have a follow-up question for that. You had mentioned in the process that typically you'll send the part to the consumer. During the parts identification and the decision to ship the part, does the service provider have the option of requesting that the part be delivered to them as opposed to the customer?
We do have that once the service provider has been assigned to the service request. So like, say, for example, we don't have a service provider assigned yet, so we go ahead and we send that part to the customer. If for whatever reason we have to send an additional part out, then at that point we do ask the service provider, hey, do you want us to send this to you? Do you want us to send this to the customer? We ask what the preference is, and we have absolutely no problem sending it to the service provider.
Very good. Regarding the technical support, technical information, do you have videos as well for some of your products, repair videos?
We have some videos for some of our more common repairs. That's actually something that we are working to expand this year. I know that our creative team at our headquarters in Reno, that's something that they are working on to expand. So right now the offerings aren't a whole lot, but it is something that we're going to be expanding.
Thank you. I do want to make mention that for those of you that are Nationwide Marketing Group members, if you have login credentials to get into MemberNet, you can go into MemberNet and click on the Service Leaders Network icon, as you see as my background, which is over on the right side, and that will put you on the Service Leaders Network landing page. From there, you can click on manufacturers and then click on the Zline logo, and that will open up a folder that has a lot of the materials, technical information, service manuals, bulletins, spec sheets. I believe we have the application process, or the application to become a servicer is in there as well. These are things that we work closely with Zline to provide to you as Nationwide members. And if you're not a Nationwide member, you're an independent servicer, certainly reach out directly to Zline, and they'll certainly get you that information by email quickly. Any other questions? Do we have anyone that's curious about the product? Any questions about it? Tanya, I'll take this quiet opportunity then to ask you, are you able to share your screen and log in to your technical website just to give a brief overview or a tour of your technical website? I know that service support is always important to the folks that are watching, and anything you can provide to them to show them that support is great.
All right, give me just 1 second. Let me see if I can get over there. All right, so this is kind of where we're at right now with our servicer portal. Obviously, if you go to that link that we have in that in our slideshow, it will take you to this page, and it'll show you all of our parts list for all of our different products. We have several different kinds of ranges. We've got our all gas ranges. We have our dual fuel ranges. We also have our range hoods. With our microwaves, we actually have three different kinds of microwaves. We have our microwave wall ovens. We have our microwave drawers, and we also have our over the range microwaves.
Tanya, are you trying to share your screen for the website?
Yeah, hang on just a second. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not a Zoom guru either, so
Hang on.
it's always a challenge for me to share a screen.
Let me try this again. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this now.
Now we're seeing it.
Okay, all right, awesome. Okay, all right, let's start over. So this will give you a breakdown of like the different appliances that we have. We have a separate section for our gas ranges, and we have a separate section for our dual fuel ranges. We have our range hoods, range tops. Let's see, and I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's going to let me do that, but basically it'll give you like the different options because we do have different size ranges. We have different range hoods as well. We have wall mounted and island mounted. We have some undercabs. We have 3 different types of dishwashers. So we have that all broken down. We also have like our different refrigerators, our wall ovens, you know, and then of course we also offer sinks and shower systems and faucets. And so we like to include that because I know that a lot of times customers will reach out to, you know, service providers, you know, because they need help with that sort of thing. So we have all of that on here for everyone to be able to look through. And then we have our wiring diagrams, we have our exploded views, and these are just 2 of the videos that we have. But we also have a link on this site that will take you to our YouTube channel that has like the different videos that we currently have available for service providers.
Great. It's good that you have this. And is this website, is this locked, or do you have to have login credentials to gain access to this?
You don't, but it's not like if you go onto our website, you're not going to be able to go directly to it. So you would actually have to go directly to the link in order to be able to look at it.
Is the link in your main website?
No, but it is in our presentation, so you should be able to go to that link to be able to access the website. And then of course, you know, you're always welcome to reach out to us and we can send that link to you as well.
Great. I still don't see any questions in the chat, so I'm going to assume that everybody's hopefully satisfied with what they've seen so far, at least a curiosity. And again, I would encourage you, the folks attending, to check out the Zline product, both for sales and for service. McKenna, do you have anything to add?
I do not. Just thank you everyone for joining, and hopefully this presentation satisfied your questions. And if you have any questions, like Sonia said, reach out to us directly and we can answer all the questions you have.
And keep in mind that this this conference in its entirety is recorded. So for you attending, if you want to view this video again, or this live presentation, but view it in video form, you can do that by just logging back into the platform with your credentials for the conference. And you can view this for 24 hours, 7 days a week for the next 32 days, actually 30 days after the show closes, which is Thursday, you'll have access to it. So any information that you may have missed, you can review the video at that point. Or if you have someone else in your organization that you feel would be interested or could benefit from it, certainly have them view the video as well. So with that, I want to say thank you to the Zline team. You're a great partner with Nationwide. Your product is a very good product, and certainly a great value for the money. And we look forward to continued working with you. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.